Ferrari has been making some of the most desirable cars in the world for almost 70 years. They are fast, red, and always beautiful. Welcome to Omonager, and today we are going to tell you 11 things you didn't know about Ferrari. But before we start, remember, we post new videos every day. So don't forget to click on the subscribe button below. Number 11. Enzo Ferrari once built a race car with 2 engines. Enzo Ferrari was the director of Alfa Romeo's racing department. He was very successful in this role. In 1935, Alfa Romeo 16C Bemotor was a race car with 2 engines. Unfortunately, the 16C Bemotor ended up looking like a pregnant elephant, thanks to the additional engine. Number 10. Ferrari's logo was borrowed from an Italian fighter pilot. Francesco Baracca was a famous Italian ace fighter pilot during World War I. He led Italy to its first air victory during the war and went on to win 34 more air battles against Austro-Hungarian forces. Baracca used a horse against a yellow background as his symbol. Number 9. The Ferrari factory survived World War II bombing twice. After World War II broke out, Ferrari was forced by Italy's fascist regime to retool its manufacturing to support the war efforts. As a result, Allied forces bombed Ferrari's factory in November 1944, and then again in February the following year. Number 8. Enzo Ferrari was kind of a jerk. Enzo saw competition as the best way to get results on the racetrack. He enjoyed playing mind games with his drivers to motivate them. He once said, "An insecure race driver is a fast race driver." This approach took a real mental toll on many of his employees, but you can't argue with the results. Number 7. Ferraris are red because they had to be. Before the 1960s, the AIACO mandated that all race cars wore colors that represented their countries of origin. Italian cars were to be red, which has carried over to today. This set of rules was also the origin for Germany's Silver Arrows, British Racing Green, and Blue de France. Number 6. Enzo Ferrari didn't even want to build sports cars. He saw his company as a racing team, and it wasn't until much later that he was convinced to start building road cars. In 1940, the first car built by Ferrari was strictly a race car. The first road car didn't come until 1947. Even then, it was built and sold reluctantly. But things changed in 1969 when Fiat purchased a 50% stake in Ferrari. Number 5. Lamborghini started his own company because he thought his Ferrari sucked. There are a few different versions of the story, but the gist is that Italian tractor building magnate Ferruccio Lamborghini was unhappy with a clutch in a Ferrari he had recently bought. When he brought the problem to his friend Enzo, he was dismissed as a farm equipment merchant and was told to go away. That's when Ferruccio Lamborghini decided he could do better and started building his own cars. Number 4. The greatest American sports car of all time owes its existence to Ferrari. In 1963, Enzo Ferrari and Henry Ford were close to finalizing a deal that would result in a wholesale buyout of Ferrari by Ford, but Enzo flipped over the negotiating table when he was informed the deal would not allow him to continue as head of Ferrari's racing team. Henry Ford didn't take this lightly, so they went on to build the Ford GT40, which debuted in 1964 and won Le Mans 4 consecutive times between 1966 and 1969. Number 3. At Ferrari, Michael Schumacher was the highest paid athlete in the world. He was the highest paid athlete in 1999 and 2000, when he earned a combined $108 million. Unfortunately, Schumi is currently recovering from serious head trauma he suffered in a skiing accident in 2013. Number 2. Ferrari gave the Pope an Enzo. Ferrari built 400 examples of its 660 horsepower supercar, which was named after company founder Enzo Ferrari. One was presented to Pope John Paul and donated to the Vatican in 2004. It was later auctioned off for $1.1 million. The profits from the sale were donated to victims of the 2004 tsunami in Southeast Asia. Number 1. All 499 examples of the $1.4 million LaFerrari were sold before anyone even saw it. The LaFerrari might have a silly name, but it's also the most incredible road car Ferrari has ever built. It packs a 6.3 liter V12 and 950 horsepower. The $1.4 million car sold out before the car was even shown to the public.
It's worth the spleen and just to know